Hey guys, so in today's video I will be getting to this hairstyle. This wasn't the plan, but it just turns out that this is what I got. So in today's video we will be working with Julia hair, and this wig is super nice. But before I get into the wig, I'm going to be showing you guys what actually came in the box. So this is the box, and as you can see, when you open it up, it has a bunch of goodies. I have a wig cap, which I did end up using, and then we have a headband, which is super cute, just something that you can throw on a lazy day. And then the actual wig, which is bagged up really nicely, and then on the bag it actually has the hair type and then the length. So this is what it's looking like. This is a 28-inch Brazilian hair wig, and as you can see, it's packaged up real nice. She is nice and snug. Okay, she's not going anywhere, and I'm super excited to work with this wig. So after I took it out of the bag, this is what it looks like. It has a net around it to protect it, and then it has the tissue paper to kind of keep the shape. So you guys know the gist of how wigs come. Typically this is how they come, and I'm just taking off the net so you guys can see the actual texture of the hair. As you can see, it looks very silky. It is like a 1B color, and y'all know, or if you don't know, I don't mess with 1B. Like, I just do not like the way 1B looks on me. But this is what the inside looks like. It is a 5x5, and then it has a little bit of lace by the ears. So if you did want to do a full lace look, you can definitely do that. But yeah, so basically I'm going to be bleaching the knots. I'm going to use this 50 volume developer, which honestly I just googled this and I got it off of Google. And then I also got this from Google as well because I bleach knots a lot, so I needed the biggest one I could find. And then when I mix it together, it gets really thick like this. And then all I do is literally just put it on the frontal closure, whatever it is I'm bleaching. So I kind of press down a little bit. I don't mind over bleaching knots because technically I go in after this and color the hair jet black. So I don't really go too like delicate with this process. If you're not going to be dyeing the hair any sort of color afterward, I would definitely be a little bit less aggressive. But for me, I'm going to be going in with jet black. So I'm not really too pressed about getting the bleach all on the roots of the hair and stuff like that, because I could always go back and fix it. But I mean, sometimes you do want to just be a little bit careful so you don't have to do too much work. But for me, I don't really care because I'm going to go in, like I said, and fix it. So I'm just going to finish this, and then we're going to move on to the watercoloring. So literally I just take the Revlon Color Silk black hair dye and pour it in with some warm water in a plastic bin, and I just dunk the hair in. I will be showing you guys in another video how I not stain my lace, if that makes sense. I don't put the front of the wig inside of the water because I don't want the knots to get recolored, because that defeats the purpose of bleaching them first. So I'll be showing you guys how I fix that in another video. But now we're gonna move on to the installation. So literally all I did was take some hairspray, put it on the front of the wig, and then put a elastic band around it. I've done this a million times in other videos. I don't do anything special. I just use the Erica J spray it on the lace, and literally I don't use a blow dryer. I don't use anything. I just spray the hairspray on the lace and immediately put the elastic band on it. And by the time I finish doing whatever it is I'm doing to the hair, it's dry. So I don't do the whole layers of hairspray, layers of glue thing. I just don't have time for it. Like, I'm a lazy wig wearer. So if you're lazy, do this and it'll still turn out pretty decent. So I'm just going in with a curler. This is from Conair, and I'm going to be putting curls all over the hair. I initially was just going for effortless, like long flowy curls, but as you'll see, I just wasn't feeling it because it was just too long for the curls. So the curls were kind of weighed down a bit. But yeah, I'm just going to be doing this for the entire head, and you guys will see what ends up happening in a few. Also, after I curl the hair, I do go in with one of these silver pins to kind of hold it in place. So when I'm done, you know, the curls aren't literally just like straight. Because this hair is so long, you have to pin curl it to keep the curl formed until you're done, because you don't want it to literally just defeat the purpose of you curling it. So now I'm on the last curl and I am over it, okay? This hair is so long to curl, so you just have to be patient, you know? It's not as bad as crimping, okay? It's not as bad as crimping, but any sort of curling, crimping, that type of style is very tedious. So it just takes time, and if you want it to look good, you gotta do what you gotta do. But here I'm just feeling to see if it's warm enough, because that's kind of how I gauge when to take it off. And after I take this one off, I'm going to do the same thing I did for all the other ones and just put some pins in it, and yeah. So I was about to take the elastic band off, and for whatever reason my camera stopped recording, of course, but I took the elastic band off and put my scarf on, and now I'm just taking out the pins, and there's so many freaking pins all over the place. They were getting stuck. As you can see, it's just a mess. And like I said, the hair is super long with these curls, so it's not gonna be like super defined for a long time. It's just gonna be like wavy after some point because it's so long. So I realized that I wasn't really feeling it. I love the hair, I love the way that it looks, but I just knew that all that work that I did was just kind of for no reason. So I started to put some layers in it to kind of combat that in a sense, so that some of the areas would be layered and the curls would stay, but it just wasn't working for me. So this part of the video was literally like 30 minutes alone. So I chopped out a lot of it, and this is what ended up happening. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna chop this baby up because that's the only way it's gonna look nice and layered and flowy. So I just decided to chop away at the hair and just create some layers. And as you can see, just from those curls, it's already looking more defined, and it's definitely giving the vibe that I wanted. So I just kind of did like a rough chop, and the front is jacked up, okay? The baby hairs are thick and dense as hell, but after some tweaking, I did fix that because they are a little bit thick, okay sis? But now I'm just gonna go back and recurl it, and then you guys will see how just more alive it looks because it's not super weighed down anymore. But I did go in with my tweezers and pluck at the baby hairs to make them a little less thick, because sis, these were like caterpillar, okay, thick, way too thick. But yeah, you guys will see in the final video that I recorded at the end, which I believe I also put in the beginning, so you've already seen it. But I did kind of like, you know, tame the baby hairs a little bit more. So this is just what it looks like now. It's a lot more body, a lot more curls. It's not super weighed down anymore. And this was not the plan, but sometimes you just kind of gotta freestyle and go with the flow. And like I said, I did go in and fix the baby hairs because it was a little too dense in the front. And as you can see here, it's a little bit better. It's like a little lighter. It doesn't look super thick and super dense, and I really like it. So yeah, let me know down below if you guys like, you know, layers, body, all that jazz. And here's another video after I did a little bit more tweaking. So definitely be sure to check out Julia Hair. I will have the links down below in the description box, and I will see you all in my next one.